The final trading principle that we are going to analyze is called interdependence of strategy dimensions. That basically means that all 6 dimensions of a professional trading strategy must be fully connected to one another for the strategy to work properly over time. That principle is also applied to the trading principles themselves. As it was already pointed out a few times during the course, the foundational trading principles are the base of the strategy. Every other subsequent dimension of the strategy must dwell inside the guidelines and concepts already outlined. This idea might seem overwhelming at first, but it is necessary that you study these things carefully, so they become second nature to you. One of the things you will realize about real-time trading is that the less information you have to distract you, the better it is for obvious reasons. However, the impulse to keep things simple when it comes to analyzing the market must be approached with a considerable amount of caution. In other words, as far as trading goes, things must get a little complicated before they get simple. The conclusion is that all these ideas and concepts must become second nature to you, and they serve as an automatic lens through which you begin your analysis. If you need to think too hard about them, that's because you might have not understood them well enough yet, and you should go back and review them until you feel comfortable enough to explain these things to someone else. With that said, the trading principles form the foundation out of which the rest of the 5 strategy dimensions will be born. The next 3 dimensions under the label of tripod of success have interesting intersections that are worthy to point out more expressively. Let's begin by looking at the intersection between technical analysis and risk management. These 2 dimensions are obviously related, and that's a primal intuition even for a new trader. Everybody has a primordial intuition that one should pay attention to how much one risks and how that correlates with where one is opening trades in the chart. We already went over the concept of trade location, which dwells at the heart of the intersection between technical analysis and risk management. For risk management to work in the way we will learn later in the course, having good trade location is an absolute necessity. The tool that enables a trader to reach the level of good trade location is high-quality technical analysis. By high-quality technical analysis, I mean the type of market analysis that is multi-layered and has more degrees of complexity than the standard technical analysis that most traders learn. Next, we should point out the intersection between risk management and trading psychology, which is a deal-breaker for most traders in the market. As you will learn in the trading psychology portion of the course, the human mind is full of cognitive traps that can turn trading into a rather uncomfortable activity if the trader doesn't have the correct guidance. This is especially the case if the trader doesn't use sophisticated risk management tools. The problem is that most of the psychological pitfalls encountered in trading are unavoidable, meaning that it is almost impossible to bypass them completely because they are so deeply embedded in our behavior. That's where risk management shines because it assures the trader will avoid entering the slippery slope of amplified emotions in trading. This is done by different mathematical mechanisms inherent to the way risk functions in the market. A good example is the margin of error that can be obtained by uniting good risk-reward ratios with good trade location. The intersection between technical analysis and trading psychology is somewhat similar to the intersection between risk management and trading psychology. High-quality technical analysis gives the trader a sense of peace of mind once he understands how close he can trade to the edges of the market. That's paramount because the constant feeling of doubt about entering too early or too late in a trade can severely damage the psychological aspect of trading in a moment-to-moment basis. The operational logic and the trade plan dimensions are the most pragmatic of all 6 dimensions because they put practical constraints and boundaries to what a trader can and cannot do. This is important for many different reasons. As we will see in the trading psychology portion of the course, the human brain has 2 modes of operation roughly speaking. One of them is incredibly counterproductive while trading, and it gets amplified if the trader doesn't have a pre-written plan for certain situations. The other mode is necessary to build the analysis and the pre-written plan, but it's deliberative and its weakness is its ability of acting. The bottom line is that we need both of them at different times, and we need to train ourselves to know when and how to calibrate them effectively. This lecture closes the first part of the course that explores the foundational dimension of a professional trading strategy. In the next lectures, we are going to explore the technical analysis dimension.